Hello, viewers. You're welcome to another version of the Truth Market Edition. And I believe you're ready for us today, as always. It has always been a wow with the servant, D. Nacho, on this podium. And we have never remained the same after each series. And today, again, we have come with another blast. And I hope you are ready for us. As usual, as we always tell you, the truth market is a market for all. And I tell you, we're in the era where religion is packing out of existence. And the only tool to succeed in getting rid of Satan, ignorance, and religion is through this platform, Truth Market. So if religion has dealt with you and you're no longer seeing it or catching it fun, I want to tell you that solution has come. And that can only be affordable in the Truth Market. So please key in and don't go anywhere because we are here for you today again. I am Divine Susie. And we want to introduce our resource person for today in the person of the servant, D.U. Ifanacho. You're highly welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So good to have you in the podium. And Bro Chair Dozier is always in the show. Highly welcome, sir.
Yes, of course. Truth Market is a place to be.
Yeah.
And we keep on telling people out there that this is the greatest supermarket in the globe.
Exactly.
And we have a standardized price tag. All you need to do is to come without money, with attention, then you enjoy your life.
Thank you. You enjoy your life. All right, Ezine is in the show. Hello, welcome.
Thank you so much. The Truth Market is a platform that is meant to transform humanity and also build and train people to the standard and specification of the God Almighty. So we hope that you keep following us.
Keep following us. Don't go anywhere and make sure you watch this video till the end. All right, there we go on today's episode, and we're going to be discussing on medium of exchange. I believe a lot of us out there, of course, when we show the question to you, you can rightly name out those mediums of exchange. But you know, as always in the Jerusalem standard and in the standard of truth, there is always a vital definition that can always blow your mind. So today we're going to be going in this direction. We really want to know what medium of exchange is all about, and then other things that follow. So listen as we show the question to the servant. All right, sir, I'll turn to you on this aspect of medium of exchange. Just like we have it in the society today, every country and have their own different mediums of exchange. But in the universal standard, as he always presents it to us, we really want to know what medium of exchange is all about, the best form of medium of exchange and the worst form of exchange. The best medium of exchange and the worst medium of exchange. Thank you, sir.
Glory be to God. We thank God. Exchange is an interaction of give and take.
Okay.
The giving out that which you need
Okay.
in exchange to someone receiving what you have
Okay.
in exchange to that which you need.
Okay.
So in every exchange, there is always interaction and a communication, so to say,
Okay.
either visible or invisible. You understand? And this is what people need to understand, but they have failed to understand it. Though that's why we're here.
Okay, sir.
To enable them to understand the medium of exchange is not limited to money.
Okay.
Because the aberrations and the confusion in the society today is that people have seen money as medium of exchange. The only medium of exchange. And for that, they now become so hysteric,
Okay.
and desperate in getting that money, which they think is the only form of exchange, as a medium of exchange. So to them, in a world, a person who does not have money is finished. Whether you have any other thing, but so long as you don't have money, you're finished. So we want to bring humanity back to the original nature. Let them sit down and think and know that this is a delusion and an illusion. We are not saying or disputing the fact that money is not a medium of exchange. But there are so many greater medium of exchange
Okay.
which they have ignored, which if they had had those medium of exchange, they won't even struggle for money. Money will naturally come their way.
Okay.
So money is a medium of exchange in a physical world.
Okay.
All right? In the physical world. But there are medium of exchange which we use in buying and selling in the spiritual world.
That's right.
All right?
As it is in the physical.
So as it is in the physical, so it is in the spiritual world. All right? And there are two markets or personalities in the spiritual world. The one is the negative
Yes.
spiritual market.
market and the positive spiritual market, where you go to get the things which you want and bring it here in the physical world. Just as we have dollar, pounds, and yen.
Okay.
If you want to buy something from China,
Okay.
you have to go to Bureau de Change
Yes.
and change and get the money of those countries. Without that, they will not allow you to go with their property.
Yes.
You understand? And this revolves based on the paper currency or money. Is that?
Yes.
Okay. We had once discussed what is currency. Currency is something that gives society current. From the word currency, current, you get currency. As we have electric currents that gives people light. Is that okay?
Yes.
So now, people now manufactured and created paper and said, okay, this is going to be our current, which becomes the currency. You understand?
Yes.
Yes. If you're feeling heat now and I blew air on your body, that the current of the air coming out from my mouth, all right, is reaching you, cooling off your whatever. So it's a medium of exchange. And in the deeper definition of a medium of exchange, medium of exchange is a store of value. Because it's like a portal
Yes.
through which something is being stored to be released
Yeah.
as at when due or when needed.
Okay.
So medium is not only for exchange, but it acts as a storage first, because you cannot exchange what you did not store.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
All right. So now they said, okay, we are going to use this. This thing is going to be our current. Or something that controls us and make us to relate with one another and exchange something to one another. Now you can imagine now, if money become your current
Yes.
of life, then why wouldn't you be mad at making sure that you have money in your life? Why? Because you know that this is the only thing that can make you to survive in the physical world or to relate with other people.
Yes.
You see?
Sure.
So understanding is very, very important. And explanation is very, very important. But when many people see us how we are calm and saying we are living above money and all that, they don't know what is giving us strength.
That is it.
Because I remember my brother, when I was telling him I live above money, I don't look after money and all that. He says, son, like something has gone out of your head. How could you be saying that you are living above money, you don't need money? Yes, money is not a need.
Okay.
It's a want to a large extent. Money is important, but not necessary.
That's right.
Necessity are the things you cannot do without.
Without. True.
But something that is important is something that comes to serve you and enable you to relate with other people.
People.
So that current now being money is a limitation of mankind. So there are so many other medium of exchange which you can use as you go to China, can also go to the spiritual world. So now, people who believe that money is the only medium of exchange are no longer spiritual.
They are cut off.
They are cut off from the spiritual world.
Wow.
That's why Solomon was saying that the love of money is the root of all evil. But in his confusion still, he said, money answereth all things. But when he found out that money couldn't give him peace, money couldn't give him life, money couldn't give him long life, all right?
Yes, sir.
Peace and calmness, then he began to confess that money is the love of money is the root of
all evil.
all evil.
Okay, he thought money could.
He thought money could do anything in his youthful age. And so many people are victims now.
Yes.
You know, going desperately, I want to travel overseas, what are you going to overseas to do to make money? Because that is the blood running into your mentality. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, but Solomon said it, that money answereth all things. At the end of the day, you find out that money couldn't solve all the problems.
Wow.
Then he goes into confession. I said, the love of money
Is the root of all
this
evil.
money I initially loved
Yes.
is now the root of
all
all evil.
evil.
So it is good that the people are being awakened so that they know that there are higher medium of exchange,
Yeah.
which when they get connected to that medium of exchange and understand it and begin to make use of it,
Yes.
then instead of pursuing money, money will begin to pursue them.
So Solomon was actually confessing.
Yes, it was confession because in the chapter 12 of this Ecclesiastes, it says vanity upon vanity.
Vanity.
Vanity
Yes.
upon vanity. So who could help me out? But he had no chance again to learn. All right. So medium of exchange, as we have said, in the physical world, we have money. In the spiritual world, we have truth
Okay.
and lie
As a mid.
as a medium,
Truth and lie.
truth and lie, because there are two markets there.
Okay.
If you want to buy from Satan, which is the dark world, and the black market,
Spiritual black market.
spiritual black market. If you want to buy from spiritual black market, then you use lie.
Okay.
But if you want to buy from heaven, or pure market, or true market, or real market,
Yes.
in the spiritual world, you use truth.
Okay.
You understand? Now, this is how it is. Then in the physical world as well, you have time,
Okay.
still as a medium of exchange. You understand? Because time store value. Time store value. And those who have money and they don't have truths, right? Don't store their money. Don't store their value in time. Instead, they waste their time in money. Because money and time work concurrently in the physical world.
True.
Yes.
Yes.
So either you are spending your time
You are spending
or you are spending your money. So those that have truths, they don't spend money. They spend their time.
Their time.
Yeah.
And when they are spending their time in truths, they begin to give value to their time.
Time. Okay.
You know, Pile and crypto and all that. There was a time they say continue mining Pile or
Yeah,
crypto.
Pi, yes.
It's free. You continue mining.
Yes.
A point will come, it will appreciate. And when it appreciates, the one which you have already mined becomes valuable.
Money, yes.
Valuable.
Yes.
So that is how men ought to understand that time is a medium of exchange and value can be stored in it. So the time you were supposed to go and be looking for money, which immediately when you get the money, the next thing is to spend it. And you are spending it, you are wasting your life. Because an engineer who is manufacturing car, all right, and leave that manufacturing car to spend money and go to a village and build a house, Can you see? That car manufacturing will stop.
Yes.
He has to go home to spend his money. All right?
Yes.
And do what? Build a
The
house.
house, yes.
Because he's not a builder. Now, when he's spending that money, the manufacturing of car stops. So when it stops, he is now wasting what?
This time.
His time
Time. That
in the
would have
village
been-
building a house, which would have used in manufacturing a car. Now, this is to certain reasonable extent. But we now come to these guys who do not know that money, a time is a medium of exchange or a store of value. Now, they go out there to go and steal money, hustle for money. Then the next thing is they spend time in beer parlor. They waste time in beer parlor, all right, with girlfriend, with man friend, with welding, with traditional, whatever. You see? Now, when they get that money, all right, their time is being wasted instead of being spent. And time and life goes concurrently.
Yes.
Again,
Time and life. Yes.
Time and life
and time go concurrently.
money and time go concurrently.
then
And money
life.
and life, time and
and
life
life
go concurrently.
Okay.
So as you're spending your time, you are installing value to your life and to the time you are using to create, invent, relate, and understand truths and apply truth in your life. Then as you live truths and live time and go in looking for money, all right, and spending money, you are wasting your life and wasting your time.
Time, yes.
Did you get it?
Very well.
So the real medium of exchange is these things which we are saying, that a man should know how to mine his time by using truths to build value, scale, and develop skill and enhance his talents over a period of time. Then when you now become a master of your time, you become a master of your life. And when you are using your time rightly upon truths, the value of your time is increasing based on the account, how you credit your time. That's your 24 hours.
Yes.
Then at point, you put value into your time, all right?
Yes.
A point will come when the people want to exchange the value of your time, which you have mined, with money.
Yes.
They pay dearly for it.
True.
But if you didn't put value into your time, not knowing that time is an exchange of value, and you go pursuing money, then each time it is time of exchange, then you'll be paid peanuts.
Wow.
I'm going to explain.
Yes.
Those people who are not productive in the society because they don't have a skill or training or what they have used their time on, and their time does not have any value. That is the reason why somebody can employ a graduate or employ a worker or employ a mason, and you work from morning till night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and 25 days or some 30 days in a month. And at the end of the day, you are paid 30,000 naira.
Yes.
So when you divide 30,000 naira with 30 days, you find out that what you are getting per day is 1,000 naira. But there are some people who have put value into their time and use it for medium of exchange. Then you call somebody just to bring for an occasion or to come and deliver a lecture or a seminar. He will bill you like 2 million naira for 2 hours.
Yes.
Then he will now come, you pay for flight tickets. The reason is because he has mined his time and the value is there and he kept it. And looking for someone for medium of exchange.
That's
Yes.
right. That's right.
So now you invite him for a seminar. He's now charged, okay, my 2 hours is 2 million naira. Have you seen it? That 2 million naira is gotten in 1 hour or 2 hours. 1 million can pay somebody who does not put value or did not put value in his time
True.
for 1 year.
Very true.
Have you seen?
Yeah.
Yes.
So this education is very, very important. So that we should not, children growing up, forget of adults that have exhausted their own time, but we should still renew them anyway.
Yes.
If they are ready. No time is late for anyone who finds truth.
True.
But the truth now is that if a child will be growing up, knowing the importance that the first medium of exchange is time, all right, and truth, all right,
Yes.
then life becomes so easy. Why? Because before the first person gets to the age of 20, 15, 20, 25, he should have loaded enough value
Into
and store enough value and credited his time accounts. So that as he continue his life 25, 26, 27, 28, it will become cruising. He will just be there looking for those who wants to transact his time with money. Then he goes there and stay, okay, you pay me so amount of money. That's why so many lazy Nigerians and Africans are running to America. Because in America, they value time more than paper money.
True.
So when you go there, you negotiate. 2 hours, I'm going to pay you this. So you see so many of them who are hustling for money, animals. They are living in animal kingdom.
Exactly.
Right? Because they don't have this understanding. They can work 5 works in a day.
5 shifts.
5 shifting, all right? Okay. Then they think they are wise. You know, like when I come to Nigeria, I come to Africa and see what people call success. It baffles me and make me to be ashamed. But I wouldn't say why was I born an African, but to thank God that I have.
You came to transform
You're here for a
Africa.
purpose.
Yeah. You get the point?
Yes.
Now, somebody is using camera to cover and post that his goods is coming from China because he has money to buy goods produced by other people in exchange. But these guys are the people who sat down from childhood and told every child, as you're growing up, you must be skillful. Don't look for money. Start loading value into your time. Go and learn skill patiently. So that when the time comes, at the age of 25, 30, the people in animal kingdom in Africa, they are going to come,
Jesus.
who are consumers, all right?
Yes.
They are going to come for them to give you money,
Transact.
and, yes,
their
and
values.
transact it, yes, and give you that. So now you see the value of naira per dollar is 1,700
Jesus Christ.
something naira, 1,700. And they, both the government, both the citizens, are still rushing. They want to go overseas. They want to go overseas.
Yes.
They want to go overseas. Then continue importing. Thank God for innocence. But when I come in a traffic jam, what I look is not the traffic. That's why traffic does not piss me off. I go into analysis
Okay.
and I begin to see that all these things from here to there, none of them is produced in Nigeria. None of them is manufactured in Nigeria. But if you touch any of them now, you come out and say, do you know who I am? I will deal with you. All right?
Yes.
I tell you.
And any query, you will bring the phone and begin to call. I want to call somebody to do what? Phone, are you the manufacturer? No. The car they hit, are you the manufacturer? No. You don't know anything. You are a consumer. So this awakening is very, very important.
Yes.
Because if we should understand this, every child will not come up and begin to look for money. Every child will come home, sit back, and begin to add value. So that those people in the Western world, all right, when they come and say, okay, they want what you have, you build them.
That's it.
And you use it to produce so many things which they don't have.
True.
But because Africans, Nigerians, as a case study, do not know this, that truth and time is a medium of exchange, that is the reason why Niger Delta today is impoverished.
That's it.
Yes.
And they cannot sit down to say, okay, this money we are receiving from these people, let's believe that, okay, we didn't understand it early enough. And they were the people who developed machines for mining. Let's sit back. And what we are going to do is that this money they are giving us for oil spillage, so many things and all that and all that. Okay, what we are going to do is that every year we will send 50 people, the best brain in petrochemical engineering overseas to study from BS to masters, from masters to
PhD.
professorship. And when they are done, they come back. And when they are done, they come back. Within a period of 10 years, multiply 50 by 10, we have what? 500. They should have had 500 professors in petrochemical engineering and oil and gas or mining engineer, whatever. Geology and mining
Yes.
engineers.
Yes.
They will now have it. Now let us see how somebody will come whom you are wiser than and more knowledgeable than
Yes.
and have natural resources will come and rule over you and begin to give you peanuts.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
You get the point?
Opening. Exactly.
Now, this is simple. But when they give them money, they share it and use it to kill themselves and use it to go and buy ammunition,
True.
which they did not manufacture. So this is a very serious matter.
Very serious matter.
It's a very serious matter. And this is something that is as easy as ABCD. So since oil was discovered, they should have arrived to this point where something will begin to come out from that. But they are looking for money. So do Nigerians. They come, they teach you theory about computer, all right? Then you have the paper, they have the machine. If you want to teach us about computer, come with the machine so that we should know that after that we put value into ourselves
Yes.
and we can also manufacture and create. But you see that many things, including oil, how old is Nigeria?
Exactly.
Including oil.
Practicalize these things.
Yes, including Nigeria. Till today and till kingdom come.
Kingdom come.
If not, till the New Jerusalem come. Let's use it that way. That should be the language.
That is the language.
Till the New Jerusalem, the teaching of the New Jerusalem come, Nigeria will continue importing fuel, which they produce in their locality,
This is amazing.
with 20 million people. I mean, 200 million people
Over, yes.
who believe that money is what they need
This is ridiculous.
as a medium, as a exchange. Now, they will come and carry their crude oil, sell it to people who have put value into their time. They will process it. After processing it, you use your own paper and go and buy it. Then they will now tell you, okay, you want to use Naira to buy, no problem. But $1,
Oh my goodness.
that $1 to tell you that paper is valueless, $1 will be 1,700 Naira of your equivalent. You, Mumu.
On top of what is yours.
On top of what is
What
yours.
you have the raw material
the raw
given to you by
material to
nature.
do. So for now, you don't have any choice. So what is controlling Nigeria now is this. And the only thing that can solve it is people begin to realize awareness that time is an exchange, medium of exchange, and a storer of value.
There is something before you escapes my memory, because you are giving it a wider explanation now. From what you're saying in the physical world, you said in the physical world we have a currency.
Yeah.
We're talking about time now.
Yes.
And paper money.
Yes.
And from the look of things, you see, it's like time is the pivot, is the center.
Yeah.
Where everything about currency revolves.
Yeah.
Is a current. You can use it to stop value.
Yeah.
Just like paper.
Yes.
Now, I want us to look at, you're talking about the expenditure.
Yeah.
How you spend these two things.
How you spend or waste.
Okay.
Spend or waste time.
Or waste.
How you spend or waste.
It goes concurrently.
Concurrently.
Yes.
Okay. Time spending. Can you still spend money? Not wasting it.
No. When immediately you start spending money, you are wasting your time.
Wasting your time. Okay.
Okay. If you start
Immediately you start spending money. You are
then
wasting your
time
time.
is being wasted.
Okay.
So is
Because the time that is used in spending money, should have been used in creating and inventing things.
Okay.
Okay, does that mean that one should not make use of money? Because I think that's the angle you are coming from.
Yeah.
Like now you have money, despite you have value you create, then can't you make use of money?
Now, the thing is that a person who is informed is privileged to be in charge.
Okay.
The less privileged people are people that are not informed. Just like religion now, who hide secrets from people and call beggars in the streets and their followers, the less privileged, and begin to give them a bag of rice.
Okay.
When they know that they are not less privileged, but they are less informed.
Yes.
If they should tell them, the truth,
Yes.
they should also become free.
Yes.
And as they, but they heed it and now religiously tell them that you people are the less privileged people. But it is not less privileged. They are less informed. Because secret means see and create. You get the point? So now, the people as many as, we can devalue currency when everybody become useful. That is to say, don't put money into value into money anymore. Because the money that is having power, killing people, was given to money by people. Propaganda.
Okay.
Understand? It was propaganda. They just tell you that if you don't have this thing, you are finished. Just like the so-called holy books of religion. You know, if it is holy, why are we not holy reading it? If it is holy, why can't it solve problem of poverty?
Okay.
If it is godly, why can't it create as God creates? But now they bring the book. Judaism has their own book. Muslim have their own book. A Christian has their own book, which they call a holy book and the word of God. But they can't use the word of God to create. And there is poverty in the society.
Yes.
But after reading biological textbook, you become a biologist and a chemist. You see? So now, these things which they call holy book is just out of propaganda and intimidation.
Exactly.
Yes.
That whatever we receive here, whether it is working or not, say it
Stick
is
to
God,
it,
is
yes.
what God's word. Now life becomes destroyed through that. So now, the same thing with money. So now, if everybody now understand that money, guy, this thing is not, right? Now, this is when the money becomes devalued.
Okay.
So somebody who is productive and creative, it becomes an exchange of value to value. Value to value in the sense that the time you spend, in money, in spending money, is no longer a waste.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
Why? Because you are relating
Yourself.
and interacting with people who has value.
Just
Because
like
at that
yourself.
point, that person who has value,
Yes.
all right?
Yes.
As a carpenter,
Yes.
as a builder, as a miner, come to you now, all right, to render quality service to you of that which you do not have as a car manufacturer.
Okay.
So when you give out your time to spend money on him to be able to produce those things, it is not a waste, because in the receiving end,
Yeah.
there is a valuable man
Okay.
versus a valuable
Valuable
man.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Then money becomes a link.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
I get it.
So when you
Perfectly
you understand,
understood,
yes.
yes.
When I walk to a valuable person now, all right, to get something from him, and I'm valuable. As money is going to his hand because of the service he has rendered to me, a part of his value is coming to me. Not in terms of the product, but in terms of service. You get the point?
Yes.
So my time of spending money on him or giving him money, you are not even the one to spend it. Of giving him money is no longer a waste because he has integrity. That's what I'm saying now. It's not even spending money.
Yes.
Okay, you don't call it.
Spending
You don't
money.
even call it spending money.
Okay.
Yes. Why?
Okay.
Because you are now handing him over. He's the one to spend
Yes.
based on his scale
Wow.
and his value system. He'll go to market for you and buy things he's supposed to buy on your own area
Yes.
and give you a report because he has integrity as a value that is greater than the
Yes.
paper money given unto him.
Okay.
Wow.
It's well understood.
All right?
Yes.
But when people now begin to think that money is all, they have lost it all. Why? Because they don't have truth. And because they don't have truth, at the grassroots, they are empty. So they just carry that bundle of money and go to relate with people who have value and have installed value in their time. So it's a mismatch.
Mismatch.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So at this point, they are not even spending money. They are wasting money and
Money
wasting
and
their
wasting
life.
Okay.
Time.
It's like you need to
Clear.
redefine from this your explanation, and you have
Yes.
redefined what is called expenditure.
Yes.
Okay.
It's no longer
It's no longer the
contempt-
usual, yes.
usual way
Yeah,
of
yeah,
expenditure.
Yeah,
You
because-
understand?
Because I was trying to even say, does it mean that you are protesting against the exchange of money that people should not go
What-
by trade by
no,
barter?
no. Trade by barter could come, but that is not it. You can still relate with money.
Okay.
Understand? But the point is that you are now buying valuable something.
Okay. Okay.
And because you are buying valuable something in exchange, it will not destroy you, it will make you. Why? Because you who is giving out that money,
Yes,
all right,
yes.
is already valuable.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
You understand?
Wow.
Which we have explained this sometimes, I
Yes.
think in business class. We say that the society has gone to the last level of humanity, which if we didn't come to intervene,
Exactly.
all right,
Yes,
they will crash.
It's true.
Yes.
Because in the society now, money is used as an exchange of
For
money.
money. Yes.
Like the bloggers
Yes.
who have no service rendered, yes, they have cash, and they use money to make more money.
That's right.
They use money to exchange money. Use money to exchange money. If you ask the person what is your value, he has nothing to say. As a result of like value, this is it.
Hi. Serious.
Yes. 80% of people who make money in the internet are lazy people.
Exactly.
True.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right?
Yes, sir.
So now, at this point, money versus money. But when you come to the time we are revising it back now, then you find a bit where money is an exchange of value, where money is used for exchanging value. Then when you come down a bit, you now begin to see where value is an exchange of money. That means value has to come first. Then when you shift back to the realm where we are now with the living saints, right? Then you see where value is exchanged with value.
Value.
Where money becomes a
A
link,
link. Good.
no longer a value.
Okay. Wow. So that is the realm we're
Okay.
anticipating.
That's the realm we are pushing humanity to.
That's
So
the pure devaluation of money.
yeah, so the money is devaluated. So there is no way somebody can kill somebody for the sake of money, or cheat somebody for the sake of money, or lie for the sake of money. Because greater is the words that is in you than the money, the paper money given to you.
That's right. This is so important.
So if somebody gives you money to bribe you, like what is happening here in the church, like a person cannot finish work here, just assisting you, he say I take money. What is he doing with money? He's not assisting you for the sake of money.
That is it.
Because service, the value he has is to save humanity and to solve problems.
Wow.
Okay,
No
now
wonder.
the time, the storage of value in time. So
Did,
when,
did you get it?
Yes.
So when money is being devalued, you see the sweetness of the earth.
Okay.
That there is nobody who is going to cheat anybody for the sake of money or carry gun. Imagine that.
Yes. Yes.
Jesus.
Yes, because where we're headed now, humanity should have hit a wall.
Yes.
Seriously.
If not because we are trying to revise
Yes.
it.
Honestly. Because
Honestly.
just like what you mentioned,
Yeah.
somebody picking a gun
Yes.
and taking a life,
A life
just because of
for paper. You know, it's unimaginable.
It is.
Oh my
So
goodness.
the world is
Unimaginable.
at the brink of destruction, where money is versus money.
Yes.
Wow.
Nobody recognize truth. Nobody recognize time
Yes.
as a medium of exchange.
Wow.
in fact, people never knew. I think in this our in this our region
Yes.
where we operate in Africa and in Nigeria,
Yes.
it's so strange to many people there that you are talking about time as an exchange of money,
Yeah.
as a medium of exchange.
As a medium of exchange. Even those that are practicing it there overseas don't even know.
You don't know.
You know,
They are, but by default, they found themselves making use of it. But they cannot explain it the way we're explaining it now, so that people will be trained in the school, from nursery school.
Yes. Because now we're majorly consumers instead
Yeah.
of being producers.
Yes.
I wanted
Okay,
to hold
sir.
on. I wanted to
Okay.
bring him back to the time as a medium of exchange,
Yes.
where if I take my time to produce this bangle, so the time is what somebody's going to give me. It's based on the time spent.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
getting
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. I have to let you know this, and everybody should know it. I understand. Give me this water now. This water, right, has value.
Okay.
But what you paid is not for this water.
Okay. Yes.
What you paid is the time you spent in manufacturing this water.
Okay.
You understand? But things are scarce because nobody wants to put value into time.
Is that?
If everybody should put value into time,
Yes.
and this water now, you can see it everywhere. People are just there manufacturing it, producing it, because they don't know what else to do with their time apart from using it to create and to invent. Understand? Then you can walk on the street and get it everywhere. It's everywhere. You find out that somebody can give you this thing free.
Yes.
Wow.
But why you are buying it expensive is because nobody is ready to mass produce it and make it common.
So
That's
scarcity is the reason.
Scarcity.
for
Yes,
the
yes.
cost.
Scarcity is the reason why value is put on it. Because that time someone has spent in carrying it, transporting it, and all that, that time is spent is what you are paying for, not for this water. Because you know that this water is in the earth crust. And it's its nature. Everybody has it.
Yes, sir.
The fabric I'm wearing today is in earth crust. It's nature. That's what the book of Revelation, Corinthians is saying. Let us know the things that are freely given to us by God. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9 to 15. The eye have not seen or ear heard what God prepared for those that love him. So if all these people that gather in the church praying and fasting every day should go to factory and leave crusade. Do you know that all the soul crusade conducted in Nigeria is still a recycling of those that have repented years ago?
Exactly.
True. Yes.
Right?
That is
Like somebody come fire to in Abuja.
Yes.
It's still the people who have agreed that we have accepted Jesus.
Yes. From church to
From
church
church to
to
church. But
church.
what they are trying to do now is that they want to pull a group to a person. That where you say that this is a great man of God.
Yes.
And probably if after pulling you, he will push you to the collabo friend.
yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Pull you from church A and put you in church C, where there is favoritism. That's all. It's reshufflement.
Yes.
So,
Reshuffling the customers.
yes, reshuffling the customers
Or the client.
or the clients.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. So if you
I
push,
want to laugh, please.
No, but it's
It's a
funny.
reality. Now you pull
Yes.
this person. Are you coming to crusade to say what that have not been said? For crying out loud. For over 2,000 years, you have been recycling a book. No productivity, nothing. It's just you are trading word and promises. So now, if these guys will now come and master reality and follow the teaching of the New Jerusalem, 1,000 people in a congregation, wow, let's go into production. Pa! You give them truth, develop them, everybody puts time, just as we are doing here. Put their time into use. Understand?
Yes.
You find out that this thing, somebody will give it free
Yes.
out. Why? Because it is everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Understand? You want to manufacture this label now. There is somebody who have the one he manufactured since 2 years ago. He has not sold. If you want to manufacture this container, there is somebody who has the raw material in his farm, dumped, and have manufactured this in millions, and nobody to buy it. So immediately you come and say they want to produce water, they say come and carry, because it's now disturbing me.
And then you produce and you give him.
You
water.
produce, you give him
He doesn't
water.
even have to
yes,
buy.
he said, don't buy again. Begin to take in my factory. You see, so
Wow.
what you pay for is time. That's why Nigerians are being fried now by the economy and situation of economy. Why? Because the microphone, they have to go to overseas and pay for it. So it has to be expensive. But if Nigerians are manufacturing things, or the churches and now told all their congregation, then what, everybody should become productive. They come and take the book of excellence or the laws of truth and teach everybody how to be connected to nature direct and open up a vocational offices where everybody is learning how to scale, how to sew, how to manufacture, how to do this, how to operate machine, how to repair, and all that. Then all of them now leave church. So let it even become once every Sunday. Once every Sunday. The rest, everybody should go to work.
Okay.
And when we now generate these things, nobody will eat more than one another or take more than enough.
Exactly.
All right? Yes. Nobody will come and say, God spoke to me. All these things you manufactured is for seed sowing. You understand? Because it is still pulling that thing, robbing people who have put their time into that to a particular person. Who, when he gathers it, he shares it to nobody.
Yes. He feels superior.
He feels superior by sucking other people dry. So that's what I'm saying, that when we go now and manufacture, don't say you are general overseer to eat more than any other person. Because the reward of a general is not a bigger tent, but command.
That's right. I hear.
Say it again.
But the reward of a general is not a bigger tent, but command.
That's right.
So the reward of a general overseer is not big auditorium and flashy cars and private jets, but ability to make people valuable and set them free.
I hear you.
So when we begin to see life from this perspective, did you get what I said?
Yes, sir.
The reward of a general is not
A bigger,
a bigger
tent,
tent.
but a command.
But
A
a
command.
command.
I can't.
Wow.
You understand? Yes. And the reward of a general overseer is not the crowd you have deceived, or big auditorium, or the Bible you crammed, but how many people are you able to set free to discover their destiny
Glory.
Wow.
and lead to their destiny?
Lord.
So now this thing which we are now producing, all right? Don't say God said that if you need two tubers of yam, that will be okay for you. You now say, give me a trailer load because God Almighty,
Said.
you have to sow it in my life. So nobody should take more than he needs.
Yes. You take more than you need.
That is what we said. In the New Jerusalem and the system we are building in the society is from each according to his ability and to each according to his need. So you bring what you can afford comfortably and peacefully, and you receive what you want or need in life comfortably. Nobody will question you.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, sir.
Are you there?
Yes,
So
sir.
this is the system and the process of devaluing currency and money and make everything productive. So this fabric you are holding now, if you trace back, you find out it's gotten from nature.
Yes.
Sure.
And that person who got it did not pay for it. Plus or minus.
Exactly.
Was a discovery.
Yes, it was a discovery that linked him to the nature. Then he was able to do it. But because of the fact that you are not a partaker, and you didn't follow the process, now you are now paying for the time he invested
Yes.
In getting the.
in getting this. Everything is free in nature.
Exactly.
Everything. Just like the air we breathe is free.
Sweet.
But supposing air is scarce, like people that are put in oxygen, you can ask them, a pint of oxygen, how much it costs? I will be asking you because you work in the hospital. You understand? Now, somebody spent his time to generate that air called oxygen
Yes.
and save it
compressed it.
and compress it
Put in a cylinder.
and put it in a cylinder.
Yes.
So you are now paying for it. Not that A is for sale, but because this person took time and discovered. Now people are here praying and fasting. No discovery, nothing. So why won't life be difficult for them? When you don't have any value for medium of exchange,
Yes.
and you abandon your time, you use your time and go stay in the mountain.
Yes.
You use your time and go for oil service.
Mountain oil service.
Mountain oil. Two children come and carry your Samuel.
You're double for your trouble.
Okay, you are
Okay,
Double for your trouble.
double for your trouble.
Yes.
Kill them before they kill me.
Yes.
This
Double
thing.
anointing service.
Foundation anointing service. Are you there?
Hey.
These are the time you should have used. So what they are discovering now is title of
Yes.
service.
October to remember.
Yes. By
October to
September.
remember. Mba to say number. You see? So their discovery now is title. All right? Title. Yes.
And they're so creative.
Yeah. This is what these guys are more clustering instead of being productive and creative in life. So if everybody now go into work, China for what? What is dollar? I remember historically that there was a time pounds was equivalent, Nigerian pounds was even greater than British pound.
Yes,
I remember then, during the time of granite and cocoa pyramid.
for sure.
Is that okay? Yeah. Why? Because they were productive. And cashew nuts, cocoa, and granite was a medium of exchange. By then, oil have not even been discovered. Talk more of now, oil is being discovered. So you find out that what society is having now is degeneration, not generation. Humanity is degenerating till the New Jerusalem comes.
Counts.
So it is the coming of the New Jerusalem that will set humanity free with their teaching and explain truth and awaken everybody to the realities of life and flush out religion that people should have value to themselves.
Yes.
So what you pay for anything is not money, but the time spent on it. And if you are among the one that's contributed in the time expenditure, you don't pay for anything. Because you can't tell somebody frying gari not to scoop gari and eat
It's not possible.
and chew.
True.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If it was my father or me that manufactured this can I'm wearing, will I pay for it?
No, sir.
Like I finished manufacturing it, I pay for it. My time has already paid for it.
True.
If you cultivate cassava in your village, after cultivating, do you pay for it before you eat it? No. Why? Because your time has already paid for it. You see medium of exchange?
Wow.
It looks like time is in the
yeah.
physical world.
So time is so important. It's a link.
It's a link.
But someone who come from the outside, all right? So let's say friend. Then if you want to eat your gari, then you cut and they pay you for money because he was not there when it was manufactured, when it was produced.
Yes.
This is what somebody will mount in the pulpit and begin to tell you to sow seed.
Exactly.
You sow seed.
This is
You understand? Now, you see not the one that's like now we are sowing seed into the universe
Yes, with the time.
with the truth and the time we are spending. Telling people that it's not like that. Go home. Become creative. Become intuitive. Then when you become intuitive, nobody will deceive you. Then you don't deal with charlatans and touts who call themselves man of God and they are man of destruction.
Yes.
Because if you come, you now ask him, what is your value?
No value.
They don't have
I
anything.
I don't know if it is knowing how
No
to
value.
talk.
They don't have anything. The thing is just the value is that that's what I'm saying.
You don't call it value.
It's
Knowing
not
how to
value, it's
talk.
valueless. They know how to talk. Who doesn't know how to talk?
Yes.
You understand? The only thing they have is that they know how to speak grammar.
And rob their members of their time.
Yes, and rob the member of their time. So religion is an institution of destruction. So in this era, nobody will mount on the pulpit. You tell the person, what's your value? I just in my office now. You saw a woman with a hijab,
Yes.
all right? She came and told me that she's having eye problem. And he has gone to Gwagwalada specialist. And they checked everything. And they said there is no thing they found. And they prescribed glass for her. Now, he says she spent 50-something thousand naira for the glass. But she used the glass for some times, there is no effect. The eye is still peppering her. All right?
Yes.
Now, that tomorrow they booked her to this eye clinic in House of the Rock.
Okay, yeah.
House on the Rock. I think
Eye Foundation. There's an
Eye Foundation. I think it's not a Nigerian.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Foreigner.
They booked her, but she said before she came here, before she could go there, let her come here. I said, okay. Now, on my own, based on my value system and time I have spent with God and understanding the realities of a life, all right, I now knew that this is a spiritual something, a projection. I said, well, look at me. She looked at my eye. Before you know, she fell on the floor. I used my hand, rub on her eye 3 times, used living water, sprinkle on her eyes. I said, okay. I said, what couldn't you do? He said she cannot even look at her phone. I said, come and read the laws of truth.
Wow. Wow.
Are you listening to me? Now she began to read the laws of truth.
Wow.
Abraham was there when she was kneeling down with hijab.
Amazing. Just this evening.
Yes.
I saw
Just
her
this evening,
living.
You saw
I saw
her
her
living.
living, yes.
All right. So I now say, you see now you came here. Did I charge you anyone? I said, no. I said, you have been receiving miracles here. If you go, tell your husband that you came to a church, the servants prayed for you. So that he knows that that's 50,000, 70,000, and time is spent in running from one hospital to hospital. That the value in me
It's more than
It's more than that.
is more than that. And within 30 minutes, you were blind, you begin to see.
Glory. Glory.
You understand?
Wow.
So this is how it's supposed to be. Now, because I received it freely, I gave to her freely.
You see?
You give freely.
All right?
Yeah.
But to them there, she has to pay
Oh my
for eyeglasses
Oh my
and all that. So anybody who says he's a man of God and says anything and cannot bring a practical proof to it in a universal, a scientific, not to tell you to have faith.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Thank God this one is a Muslim. So there's nothing of faith there.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Beautiful part of
But I just understood that this thing, so long as they couldn't dictate anything from the hospital, which we are not against hospital.
Yes.
Now I know now that this is an affliction.
Spiritual key.
Yes. Then I has to release the power stored in me through my devotion and the Gabiges.
Yes.
All right? I give him give her a fraction of
Wow.
Currency.
I'm a spiritual currency. I run the currency through her,
Yes, sir.
and she got cleaned up.
I love this.
Wow.
You all right? Just like Jesus said, go to Moses and do your offering. I told her, when you get to your husband, tell him that you came to church and the servants prayed for you and you get healed. If you don't tell him, don't come here again. That's what you owe me.
Yes.
That's what you are going to pay.
That is it.
You get the point?
Yes.
Acknowledgement.
Yes.
Acknowledge that this is where
So
this-
no money was exchanged, but a person who was almost running blind got her sight immediately within 30 minutes. So anyone who stands as charlatan to make noise will give us a provable evidence
Of course.
of that you are made of God. And being made of God, you have to teach other people the principles, not with money.
Yes.
You remember the day you had a problem with your nanny, all right? The girl that was staying with you, okay? When the iron became hot, you called me on phone and it was late. What did I say? I gave you instruction to cast out that demon.
Yes, sir.
Didn't you?
I did. Instantly.
Instantly. And the demon was cast out. So that is our currency. Relationship with heaven. So we don't deal with money.
Don't drag us there. Don't
Okay,
drag us
sir,
to spiritual currency.
I want to,
spiritual
before he
currency.
goes there, before you goes, okay.
Finish up with the,
Yes, my
Yeah.
question is even going there now.
Okay.
Spiritual currency.
Okay.
But before you go ahead, let me.
Okay, go on.
So, when you were talking from the onset, you made us to understand that this currency is of two types. You
Yeah.
have the physical currency and the spiritual currency. I made us to know that money is a medium of exchange in the physical world,
Yeah.
and also time.
Yeah.
Then we talked about truth in the spiritual world.
Yes.
Now, in relation to medium of exchange now,
Okay.
what is truth? Because somebody that is listening to us for the first time, hearing that truth is a medium of exchange, will be asking, okay, what is truth in relation to this medium of exchange? And then secondly, how can somebody use this truth to exchange?
Okay.
And what is that thing you are really going to exchange in the spiritual
World.
world?
All right.
Yes, sir.
Now, truth is a medium of exchange, and truth being a medium of exchange according to 48 laws of truth. Now, truth being the medium of exchange, all right?
Yes, sir.
When you have a quiet time, you have truth. When you have truth, it will help you to go to the spiritual world, in the positive spiritual world, not in a negative spiritual world or spiritual market. Because those that have lies go to negative spiritual market, where they go to get what they are going to use to cheat people and destroy people in the physical world.
So this truth is what?
Sorry?
This truth
You
is
need
what?
the definition of truth
Yes.
to an ordinary man.
Yes.
Definition
this
of
truth
truth.
now is what?
Truth is anything
Okay.
that is sourced from God,
Okay.
all right,
Yes.
as a spoken word, or as a realization,
Okay.
or as a tool
Okay.
to interact with in the physical world,
Okay.
to harness nature and relate with your fellow human being
Okay.
without having a negative effect, both in the present, in the past, or in the future.
Okay.
Good.
That is truth. Anything to interact with God or relate with nature or relate with your fellow human being through action without having a negative effect, both in the past, in the present, and in the future.
Okay.
So this is truth.
Okay.
Anything sourced from God.
Okay.
And when it comes into application, it doesn't affect anybody negatively.
Yes.
Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now if you want to go to the spiritual market now, with your time, because that is the mining.
Okay.
Heart is also a medium of exchange.
Okay.
But we don't want to go deeper into that. Let us finish this one. Heart is a medium of exchange. Your nose is a medium of exchange.
True.
Shout out to your
Because you use your nose to exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide.
Why then do we classify this major aspect?
Yes, it's organ, a medium of exchange. Because without that exchange, interaction going on every time,
Yes.
that's why we are pulling people away. You mustn't go and get money before you become alive or successful.
True.
There are so many exchanges and relationship and interaction that is and trade that is going on between us and nature
Yes,
on daily
that we're
basis.
not even aware
So which we shouldn't ignore, because we are spiritual scientists. Economists, we are spiritual economists. All right? Yes. So the physical economists are the people who say that money is a medium of exchange.
That's it.
All right? So we are bringing so many things that is spiritual, a spiritual scientist, so that the will of God will be done here on earth as it is in heaven.
Yes, sir.
So we have to bring our own and define so that people become conscious. All right? That even if you sit back and begin to meditate, all right,
Yes, sir.
in your breathing in and breathing out, is still an exercise. All right? It's still an exercise. And your heart is still a medium of exchange. Because if God wants to meet you, He meets you in your heart, in your state of heart. So when you have truth, you have a pure heart. You have a sincere intention. And when you go there in the spiritual world, in your quietude, in solitude, in your calmness, you now find out that they will load you there. And those things which they are loading you is coming either as a vision, a dream, all right? A vision, dream,
Revelation.
intuition, and whatever,
Revelation.
impression. Then they will load you. After loading you in your dreams or in your vision, then you come in the physical world and put action, and you activate the truth you have downloaded from the spiritual world. All right? Now, that is what the 7th laws of truth is saying. That truth is made alive by action and application. So if you don't act on truth or apply truth, it can never be alive. Like the religious who have faith without action.
Faith without faithfulness.
Yes, without faithfulness, without action. So you become dead. So when we go to the spiritual world, we become calm. Or in our sleep, you just put in or log in one or two things, you go into sleep, then you find yourself in the vision, and they are giving you instructions on how to sort one or two things out. All right? Now, it is this same medium, which is still sleep, all right? Where we go to spiritual markets that they use and tell you that in the night you wake up and start praying for midnight prayer. Attack your attacker. You see how they are scattering everything nature have set into place.
Wow.
This is
You see how religion is scattering everything nature put in place just to make sure that they rob men that access to spiritual world.
But now I know, it is now I understand that religion is actually from the kingdom of darkness.
Yes.
Because they understood what could
You see?
make man
Yes,
to
yes.
harness
and go to the market,
Yes,
they block you.
Yes, they're blocking it. Yes.
So everything that will make you to access God.
Yes.
They block it. They say it's them that are hearing God. All right?
Yes.
So at that point, you sleep in the night, you go to market. That's what I do. Now, when I go to the market, they begin to load me. I might have a need of finding cure for eye problem, for like HIV. Cure for HIV came from the vision and dreams. Cure for filariasis came from dreams and visions. Understand? And so many things we have discovered. Up to 80% of cures we have discovered. I got all of them, like ulcer. I got all of them from the spiritual world through my dream state. So when I go to that market, now they will load me. After loading me, I will now come in the physical world and begin to look for where those things are. Aside,
Where they are kept.
where they are kept in the physical world. You understand? They will tell me, okay, the cure for HIV, we have made the way bill. It is in so leaf. It's in so vegetable. We kept these things, but you guys don't know because you are being distracted by this. You get a point? Yes. Now, I will now wake up and go to physical markets now in nature because God is built on nature and stored in nature. So nature is still a medium.
Yes. Medium through which
God expresses itself and being stored. So I go there now. I said, okay, madam, you are having so thing. Okay, come. Use this and use this. It will be okay for you. The infections and all that which we have discovered, we have never collected 1 naira from anybody.
Wow.
That's me being the caretaker, right? The servant. That's the meaning for tithing. They use tithe, all right, to sustain me. Tithe and offering to sustain me and sustain the church so that I would be there to begin to go to spiritual market and come and all that. Why? Because this is my own area of specialization. Why business is their own area of specialization or a particular career.
Division of labor.
Wow.
Yeah, division of labor. So whatever I brought in the market, I distribute it to them freely. And when they come, they give me what they have freely.
Value to value.
The irony is that people fast and they end up hurting themselves and getting ulcer. and they don't get a kill.
Yes, ulcer is a specification. But all these things is just the things distracting people from accessing God. Because even if you want to go into fasting, it's still not an exchange.
For anything.
It's not an exchange with God.
Okay.
It's not a medium of exchange. Because you can't use matter to please the spirit. So deny yourself physical food does not connect you to God. It connects you to Satan. Because he makes you to be angry. A hungry man is an angry man. Is it not a saying?
Yes, sir.
Eh? Okay, so when you become angry, like Jude is yawning now, all right? We have to ask him whether he is angry or not. A hungry man is an angry man. And a fasting man is a lazy man.
Yes.
Because when you are fasting, deny yourself food for 2 days, you can't walk. You can't even reason coherently. And you get provoked. So now, Satan is using that as a medium of exchange to confuse you the more. Because it's a lie. That's why if you want to go to the market of God, in the book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 8, it says, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall get the access to go to God's market." All right? So now, fasting is not something that links you to God. It's just a diversion of attention.
Yes.
So that by looking at your time of when you are going to close the fasting and looking for mountain where to do your fasting and all that, you are being distracted from your original time, which you have used in productivity. Will you tell a gold miner to fast? If he start fasting, which energy will he use to mine gold? You won't tell somebody who is farming cassava and pounding cassava to fast.
So fast.
Will you tell a student to fast? No. If he is fasting, which energy will he use to concentrate and read his book? You see, all these things are distraction.
Yes.
What happened was that I think they thought, from just what we are clarifying now, they thought that fasting is a medium.
They never thought. They knew. They knew, but the people who are now continuing with it don't know.
Innocent.
They are innocent.
Okay.
Yes, they have good intention, but without thorough
Just as
knowledge.
you said, that religion already knows.
Yes.
Already knows and decided intentionally to block those paths through which humans can access God and
you see?
spiritual.
Now, you're talking about fasting. What of midnight prayer, just as I'm discussing now? Is a time you should go to the market and load. After loading, you come back in the physical world.
Don't they talk about the war, spiritual war?
Yes. Are you listening to me? So now, it is truth that you used to. If you don't have truth and sincerity of heart, if you go to the spiritual world, they won't attend to you. That's why the book of Amos is saying that God does not do anything without revealing it to his servants.
This going to the spiritual world, is there a special format? Because somebody might be thinking, okay, you said going to the spiritual world. Is there a position I need to take to go to the spiritual world, or how do I go?
No, if the purity of your heart and sincerity of heart, and that view, not to make money, but to get information and relate with nature and the angels and the hosts of heavens, in order to use it as an exporter and importer of the word of God. When you export the word of God to heaven, you import it. When you bring a mystery, something you don't understand, to the spiritual world, they give you a return of things you will understand. That's the meaning of revelation. You understand? When you're having challenges on life, then you go there. Then the purity of your heart and good intention, not to make money on the head of the sufferers.
Yes.
But there is a challenge now in the world. What are we going to do?
Okay.
All right? When you begin to go to this market and understand the effect of one's use of truth and application of truth, right? You will know that everything is free and easy. So when you go now and see vision, and you are not doing it with the intention to make money, but to save life and serve life, God will reveal everything to you. So that's your
inquiry.
Yes, inquiry. Even when you are in quiet time, and remain focused, you can see a trance, and the solution pops up. You understand?
Yes,
so it is as easy as ABCD. But people have chosen the physical market
Yes.
more than the spiritual
over-
market,
yes.
and are craving for spending money, and they lock themselves up from the spiritual currency and spiritual markets. So when you go to the spiritual world, you get information. Then you come here through action, not through prayer, not through fasting. Through action, then you now put it into practice.
Okay. So that is how you exchange.
That's how you exchange it. Then if it is one that took you a special time, all right?
Yes.
Maybe you bought machine, bought engine, or print a book or something like that, then the consumers are going to pay for it. But the one that is just raw, like the woman that was prayed for eye problem now, that's raw. It didn't go into physical processes, then it's free.
Okay.
Or those people that were having inorganic, I go to bush to get some things and give to them, it's free. Because I didn't spend money, it's only time I spent. And being that I'm living in eternity, I don't have any problem with time.
Glory.
Wow.
That's amazing. So
Did you get it?
yes.
Wow.
So now everybody now through our education and materials, everybody will have that access. When you have something bothering you, forget about money, forget about influence, forget about your position. All right? Then go in a quietude, meditate over the materials or reading of the things. It will now link you up and transport you if you have good intention.
Yeah.
Just like you talked about fasting. Imagine somebody with angry and impure heart, fasting and expecting God to come and answer him or her. It doesn't work. It is the purity of your heart that will make God to come and answer you and allow you into his market. Because if God should reveal to you what you are going to use to kill people, he will withhold it.
Yes. Sure.
Understand? So that is how those transactions in the spiritual world is. So the sincerity of your heart. Then when you come to the physical world, as we said,
Yes.
all right, and you are loaded with truths. You remember what we taught in the financial class? Why we don't have value for money. If you are sincere in whatever you are doing, no, if you know whatever you are doing and are trained in it, that you are living above error and mistake in that particular profession or calling, all right?
Yes.
You have 30% invisible capital. 30% invisible capital loaded in your time, but nobody sees it. Then, if you are sincere that you don't use that to cheat anybody, and whatever somebody gives you, you can be trusted, and whatever you say you do, and you live by it, you have 50% invisible capital. 50% invisible capital pro 30% invisible capital give you what? 80. So you can see that sincerity and skill or talent is already 80%.
Yes.
So anybody who is giving you money is giving you 20% to make it 100%. So you find out that the value you are carrying as a solution to mankind
That's right.
is greater than the paper they give to you.
That's right.
But people who do not have such understanding, who do not know that they have invisible capital or money or currency, would now go and begin to die for money. So what we deal with money is 80 over, 20 over 80. But people, what they look for money is 80 over 20. So that money has value up to 80%. Many people, they have money have up to 90% value.
Wow.
You understand?
Yes.
All right. Now I'm using this for common general
Analysis.
value system. But to me, money is like 2% of what I need in life. Like 2%.
Okay, sir. Like someone.
You understand? But the society now is making money to have up to 90%. So that's why they can kill, steal for the sake of money. But if they know that they have inbuilt value of 80% through their sincerity and their skill, all right? Or even if they don't have, they upload themselves up to 80%. If you come out and start looking for a job, everybody will employ you. And whoever employs you, give the person condition of the amount you are going to pay. The person will not put price on you. It's you that will put price on yourself.
Yes.
because you know that you have 80%. That whatever the person gets from you, you have already given the person 80%
Sure.
of your words. You get the point? So that is people who are going to positive spiritual markets, all right? Are the people who come into this world to use these two things to exchange with paper money. That's why we cannot have money continue coming.
Yes.
East, west, south, left, right, and everything. Why? Because we have our value. So you see me walking in the street, I know you might be driving private jets, but I know you are empty.
Yes.
When the iron become hot, you look for me. We'll give you life and collect your money.
Something
Because
something more than money.
yeah, something more than money. Because there is so many things money cannot solve.
Exactly.
When all these billionaires, heart attack, kidney problem, liver problem, prostate, cancer, HIV, if you come there, they will surrender.
Now you are coming into, I wouldn't want you to come in there. These are the limitations we wanted you to explain later.
Okay.
Limitations.
Okay.
Now you discussed about the truth, what truth can.
Yeah.
The first thing you talked about, what truth can be used in exchange is on revelation.
Yeah.
And to solve some basic problems.
Yeah.
That is bedeviling the humanity.
Yeah.
Now, what other things do you think truth as a medium can still do for humanity and the world at large? Apart from this
truth.
revelation.
Yes, truth can buy you peace. Truth can buy you fulfillment. Truth can buy you future. Truth can buy you a portion. Like me, I have up to 3 flats in heaven.
With swimming pool.
With swimming pool. Are you there?
Yes.
So, which I enjoy, not when I die, even right away. When the economy become this thing, I go to my second house. It said in my father's house there are many mansions. So truth can buy you peace and buy you rest. There are people since they were born have been running helter-skelter, either from ancestral spirits or from demon or from foundation or pursuing money or paying debts or doing that. Are you there? Then truth can buy you long life. When you have truth, you live above satanic manipulation, you live above anger, you live above worry, you live above anxiety, you live above fear, you live above untimely death. All right?
Yes.
Which they say the wages of sin or imperfection
Is that?
is death. So when you have it, you do what? You can buy all these things, especially long life. Do you know why people that have truth live long? The reason they live long is that they don't go to market where there is riot and where there is scarcity. Because God is God of abundance. So you will not have a head-on collision with Satan when you have truth. Understand? But when you don't have truth, all right, you might go to market where somebody who is killing human being is going to market and you are killing pigeon. So you become survival of the fittest. So if you meet you in the market, it will destroy you because they are always struggling to be greater than one another. All right?
Yes.
Yeah. But for us now, who don't think anything, imagine any evil. Our market is one-way traffic. I can relate with people with no harm. I can go to the spiritual world without being interrupted. Then you see so many people, when they are asleep at night, you see them panting, they wake up sweating. The reason is because you went to a wrong market. You met a demon, a masquerade, and python.
So the person has used lies.
Yes, yes. The day's activities, his life in the day activity was evil. So sleeping, he has to go to the market
With that lie.
with that light.
Okay.
When he goes there, that's where you see masquerade, shake hand with demons and all that. And you wake up and you start panting. Understand? But for we, whose activities during the day, we think good, we speak good, and do good. If we sleep, we still go to heaven, or in the spiritual market. If you want to buy anything peacefully, there is nobody is contending about anything because there is no scarcity, and we don't do anything to get it.
Okay.
Did you get it? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, sir, for the benefit of our listeners, because religion has done so much harm
Yeah.
to humanity. So for those that are trying to find their path back, because sometimes they will say a prayerless Christian is
Powerless Christian.
yeah, is a powerless. I don't know if you've heard
Yes,
that.
yes, yes.
So I think sometimes Christians think that prayer is the currency they need to get things from the spiritual world. So they'd rather invest that time. I've met somebody that said he can pray from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning.
Yes.
So I'm thinking, what time do you sleep? When does your body get to rejuvenate and your cells regenerate itself?
Yeah.
If you do that every single day. So for those that are trying to find their path back, those religion has lied to, and they don't even know where to start. They've been made lazy. They've been made to believe that you pray and fast and miracle money, something just pops up from somewhere. Are you telling them that truth is all that they need
Yeah.
to find their way
Yeah.
back to renewing and transforming
Yeah.
their life and
Yeah.
their existence here?
Okay, I'm going to take it part by part.
Okay.
But let us go by John 8:32. Say, know the truth, and truth shall set you free. He said, this cannot go without praying and fasting.
Okay.
What did that he say? He said, freedom. Did he say freedom cannot come without praying and fasting? He said, casting out demon cannot go without praying and fasting. Which casting out demon is the duty of pastor, not followers of pastor.
Yes.
So pastor should go and pray and fast
Okay.
on behalf of the congregation. But we have already helped them again that there are analog form of fasting or religious form of fasting and digital form of fasting or Christ-like form of fasting. That Christ-like form of fasting or digital form of fasting, which we have upgraded over time, is fasting from anger, worry, envy, jealousy, hatred, malice, and all that. Now coming to your friend, who now told you that, okay, he prayed for 8 hours. Now, what did he buy in the market? His life is still worse than that.
Yes.
So it should be easy for them to repent as they have started seeing us progressing without following their madness. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Everybody dropped black and white because color came. And many people reduced the way they enter a bus and machine because flight came. And many people have dropped going to post office because
Emails.
internet and emails has come,
Emails.
right? But religious people, based on the fact they are not awakened, and they can't even compare and contrast. Then when you now begin to tell them that you have gotten an email and internet, they don't need to go to post office. They will still tell you that they want to go to post office. Is that okay?
Yes.
So now, the point here now is that in all what they are doing, do they have peace? Do they have long life?
At all.
The answer is no. That's number one. Number two is that what is even prayer? Now, we have defined it literally. Prayer means people's ray. The ray of light, so to say, spiritual light, that descend on people when they generate a positive emotion
Okay.
that connects them to God.
Wow.
You understand?
Yes.
Have you gone during the daytime, go to a room where the tin is perforated, where zinc is perforated? You see a ray of light descending from that. All right? Okay. Now, that ray is the same thing when you are in the spiritual world. A fog, an emotion, descends from a spiritual being that is in communication with you telepathically or through impression. It can communicate to you, your mind, or through your heart, and put up an impression. All right? Now, that prayer is people's ray. So now, if the ray is there, now we can now further to explain it that prayer is people's consciousness or focus towards God's essence, to get connected to God's essence. So it's an exchange now. That which is the same thing with communication. Communication is I talk, you listen, I talk. All right?
Yes.
So now we are trying to dissect what prayer is. So now, prayer in practical sense and in the physical sense is not saying words, which your heart does not emit. That is the book of Romans chapter 10, verse 10 to 11. He said, with mouth you speak, and your heart you confess. With your mouth you confess, with your heart you believe. And in verse 11, he said, whatsoever you ask, you can never be put to shame, it will be given unto you. And in the book of 1 John chapter 5, verse 14, he said the confidence we have in God is that if we ask him anything according to his will, he will answer us. So the question now is that many of them don't even know what is the will of God. They do the will of their pastor.
Yes.
They do the will of their general overseer. That's why they give them fasting every January. Which they don't know that God does not even know what is January. Because January was created by man. All right?
Yes.
And 5 hours of their fasting is still the time, not God's own season or time. It's still the time manufactured in China that they are using to judge. So you find out that they are robbed off of nature, but they are still claiming to be communicating with God.
Yes. Exactly.
Are you there? All right. So now, if we are talking about prayer now, by these things, you now find out that prayer is a consciousness. So if prayer is a consciousness and a communication and interaction, then where do you communicate with God? With human word? No. With your heart. Heart is the hearing organ of God and the spirit, not this mouth. Spoken word. It's not spoken word. So if you want God to hear you and descend, it's your thought pattern that it begins. So if you are not thinking positively, no matter if you want to pray from now till next 30 years, it becomes an abomination. Why is this an abomination? Because you will not be connected to God. So haven't they read in the book of Matthew where Jesus said, even that thing which you have in your heart, your heavenly Father knows it even before you ask.
Exactly.
True of us?
True, sir.
Okay. Now, it is written in the book of Isaiah chapter 64 verse 24. It says that while you are still praying, I, the Lord, will answer you. In other words, while you are still thinking and imagining, I, the Lord, will answer you. So if Jesus is saying, even your Father knows what is in your heart, that means the medium of communication with God is our heart. And the communion is that meditation where your ray and your essence, God's essence, is evaporating from you based on your positive thought to get connected to that essence of God in the physical world.
Yes.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Now, watch. Thought is like a smell in the spiritual world.
Okay.
Understand? Yes. Then when your consciousness gets charged, right, that's evaporation in the spiritual world is what attracts the frequency of God. You and him begin now to relate. So meditation and thoughtfulness is more powerful than verbal spoken words. So now we summarize what is prayer into 3 things. Think good, speak good, and do good. So now, if you want to bring God into the physical world, you don't need prayer.
It's action.
Because if you say God come, God will not come. Because he doesn't hire come. He's not an Englishman. If you say God bia, it's not going to bia. So before you say God bia, you must have thought bia in your heart.
Wow.
Yes.
It's opening.
And you signal him.
You signal him. Just like the madness and confusion they put them, start speaking in tongues. You use tongues to confuse the devil. You can imagine that. All these things are distraction. You communicate with God, the one you understand. All right? God did not hear. It is the one you didn't understand that God will hear. So now in the physical world, if you want to see the presence of God, just have good intention and take positive action.
Yeah.
All your prayer,
Yes.
God will descend. Now, which is still based on this action. Bring a cube of sugar and place on the soil, on the this thing. Now, ants will gather. So a positive thinker is a prayer warrior. Let me put it that way.
Hear this.
On the line.
Underlined.
A positive thinker is a
Prayer warrior. I hear you, sir.
Then when you communicate with God and through intuition, you are prompted to act. When you begin to act, you are now calling things that are not into being. That's through the action, God will see you and people will see you. And you use it to advance humanity.
My goodness.
Wow.
So that's the meeting point.
Great.
Okay.
Great. Thank
Is that
you so
okay?
much.
So anyone, anyone who really wants to come back and live religion, now purify your heart.
Okay.
Gates connected to the teaching of the New Jerusalem. You will live above anger, malice, worry, envy, jealous, hatred, and materialism, sex, and fame. Then when you begin to live above these things, then when God start talking, you will hear.
Wow.
But when you get yourself encroached and engulfed with who will kill you, ancestor, money, poverty, have not paid my house bill, which Jesus said, don't worry about tomorrow or the clothes you are going to wear. Be calm. Everything will be communicated to you when and it is needed. You understand? So I think this is it. So prayer is think good, speak good,
and do good. Okay.
And the beginning of prayer is good thoughts, positive thought. Think evil of no man, and God will come. And have good intention to remedy society, then God will come.
Thank you, sir.
Perfectly
Don't
understood.
forget this one. You're a positive thinker.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Please, graphics.
Yes.
A wonderful one.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Having overhauled all these things,
Yeah.
I just want to give a little touch to time again.
Okay.
Before we call it a day.
Okay.
Now, when you were talking about time, you said time is a storage of value.
Yeah.
And there are people, based on the storage or based on the value you have stored in your time, determines the amount you are being priced in the
Yes.
market
You use in exchange.
in exchange.
Yeah.
Now, I want to think it this way. You said, imagine somebody, being paid 30,000 like in a month.
In a month, yeah.
That means the person did not invest into his time.
Yes.
Now, a question popped in my mind.
Yeah.
I said, what about somebody who went to school? Like, because I believe education is also an investment into your time.
Okay.
Now, someone that have studied for a period of 6 years,
Yeah.
learning and, gathering knowledge.
Yeah.
And at the end, he found himself in an organization and is being paid 30,000. Now, are we saying that that person wasted his time or did not invest, install enough value in his time?
Okay. Now, it still boils down to what we are saying. Are you listening to me?
Yes.
Now, system of education, especially the colonizational form of education, is still the same thing with religion. You understand? You went to university to study what? Sociology, anthropology, mass communication, monomaniology. Are you there? This is what you went to university to spend. So now, who called you? Who asked you to go and study that? All art courses is a wasted course.
Wow.
I'm telling you. Why? Because they are talkatives, just like religious people. These are the faculties created because they now find out that there are too many useless people in the society. So what are we going to do to mob up these people and collect their money?
Okay.
Let's create psychology. All right?
Philosophy.
Create a philosophy, anthropology.
Linguistic.
Yes. Many psychologists, philosophers, they drank poison and died. Aristotle, Plato, all of them died wretched.
Really?
Yes. So why now is it a cause of suicide in these guys? Because where your teacher ends, all right?
Yes.
The book you wrote, you are going to follow it and die as he died.
Wow.
Yeah, you listen to me. Now the sociology now come. Somebody is in the school studying sociology.
Yes.
Just like in religion, people go to study theology and go to seminary school to study philosophy. Jude, philosophy and what? Theology.
Theology.
And what? Okay. Are you there? You go there. Now, somebody in overseas is now telling you who God is in Africa. So there is no way you can find God in a book. It can only give you address to yourself because there is God in you, and there is God is built in nature, not in book. That's why Jesus was telling them in the book of John chapter 5 verse 39, you study the Bible thinking that there is life there. There is no life there. Go and face reality and use yourself as an experiment. And if you are scared, use me as an experiment. That is what he said. So now, you want now to fall back so that we start feeling shy or become threatened that you went to school and didn't get a job. Is this whose business? Who sent you to go and study that? Just like what happened in the book of Zechariah. The Israelites went to Zechariah, a prophet, and was asking him, should we fast as we have fasting for 75 days? 75 years of our life. 72 years.
Yes.
You know? He said, okay, you guys, when you fasted, did you fast for God or fast for yourself? You fasted for your own selfishness. So who sent you to go and study sociology in school? Archaeology? That's what I said initially. They give you theory and keep the machine and the structure there.
Yes.
Wow.
All right?
Team.
Yes.
They keep the computer there. Then you come here. You learn A for this. You learn the character. But you don't see where to practice it. Yeah? If they love you and want you to not to be distracted, they will have brought the machine.
Yes.
Bring the computer, PCC it, and begin to tell you, this is Kuso. Kuso was manufactured this. Kuso is this one. We use that. But they give you the theory and keep the machine there. So your child will be thinking of what is Kuso?
Kuso.
Mouse. He will go and catch a rat and say, I've caught a mouse.
Yes.
Because they told me mouse is for computer. They are the same thing, you know? Now, a little child who does not know what is mouse as a computer device, or heard it as a computer device, can catch a rat and say it's a mouse. Because the spelling are the same thing, and that is what is in dictionary. You get the point?
Yes.
So now, these people now you want to become an apologist, want to speak on their behalf. Now they went to school that they didn't get the job. Is this whose business? So that's why we're delivering this lecture. A child supposed to begin to interact with nature. Only the essence of school is to learn how to mechanize and improve upon nature.
Really?
School is nurture, not nature. So now educate you on how to relate and interact with nature and engage in mass production and to mechanize nature.
Wow.
Understand? That is the essence of school. So people that are even saved and secured, though not in African standard, are the people who are studying pure sciences. Because every science connects you to nature.
Yes.
That is it.
They're scientific. They don't speak on theory. So immediately you are interacting with nature, then you meet God there. Because God is built on nature. You understand? That's why we have defined that agriculture means agreeing with the culture of nature. So every scientist is an agriculturalist. Why? Because she interacts with the culture of nature. So if nature said that the laws of gravity, whatever goes up must come down, you can't defy it unless you obey the law. You understand? True. And how do the scientists obey the laws to defy the laws of gravity? They manufactured a machine in biomimicry, imitating how kites and birds defy the laws of gravity.
Yes.
Then they follow that principles of God and were able to manufacture aeroplane that can fly. So if they didn't obey the law or study the nature and that will not be possible. So now somebody is now coming to raise shoulder for me because he knows how to speak English and phonetics. What's my business with that? How many times have speaking Igbo earned me money?
Or solved any problem.
Or solved any problem to me? Are you there? Yes. You are speaking grammar on things that is already known. Grammar can only be valuable and manufactured or created when you bring something and call it a name. All right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. You know why they call the bitter leaf Olugbu in Igbo? Okay. The meaning in that is that the leaf is bitter. Then the root is killing people. So mad.
That's right.
Yes, it is bitter. The root, if you eat the root of it, it will kill you. Olugbo.
Wow.
You see? So now somebody who discovered that now give it a name.
Yeah.
Then it become a grammar.
I see.
Are you there? So you are now coming to tell me now that I'm going to pay you because you tell me that a helicopter is flying on the air, defying the laws of gravity. It's a language that is already known, which was not discovered by you. That's why we said nobody can be even scientific without being etymological. Because it is through etymology you discover the spirit behind a creation.
Wow.
Did you get it?
Yes.
Okay. So if people are being taught scientifically, the first thing we have to go is to dive into the history of nature. Understand?
Yes.
Yeah. And begin to know, what are we going to do? What is this? How do we discover fire? That's science. Now, how did men know that water quenches fire? Experiment, action, interacting with nature. So these are the things. So they have cheated themselves because their time were not used rightly. What is happening in the church today? We made it from childhood. Nobody study art course here. The only thing you can study is something like social science, right? Accountancy and everything, all that things that has something to do. Are you studying mass communication? What I'm doing now is what? Village communication. I'm asking. Anybody that can share his experience to a public, life experience in a public, is a mass communicator.
Yes.
All right? You will come and arrest me because I don't have certificate of mass communication. Or come and arrest me that I am socializing with people and relating with people and I didn't study sociology.
Yes.
All right? Are you learning human management when you have not managed yourself? Like Reverend Fathers who counsel people in marriage and they are not married. So all your forms of education should come from your gabigays. Or if you gabigay no one. Your personal experiences is what you use to become a teacher. So by this implication, we are devaluing currency. Everybody must be a communicator. Everybody must be a teacher, starting from your parents. But your parent is sending you to school because they didn't even know anything to teach you. Only thing they told you is, don't do this, don't do that. Come and explain why we shouldn't do what we are not going to do. I don't know. Father, what made you poor? You don't know. It's government. It's Tinubu. So if they had had life experience, interact with nature, they are all a scientist. They study. Do you know that people who discovered that you get cassava, soak it for 3 days or 4 days,
Fermentation.
and it ferments, and you bring it out and press it and do that? They are scientists. The only thing is that these things which you are now talking education has robbed men of developing the science that is already in nature. Ofolubu is discovering of Ofolubu. A white man cannot cook Ofolubu. So he doesn't know the science. Right? He doesn't know the science. You see? So now we have to go and know how to cook Ofolubu in a mass productive way. I was telling them someday, if it were an African that is planting apple, it would have been littered in the street. But immediately they bring apple. All right? They now tell you, hey, it cure cancer. It cure this one. You won't even question. Take it 2 times every day. So that your blood pressure will drop. You will not verify. You go and buy it. There was one day I went to somebody's shop. I saw him with a cup. I said, what is the cup? He said, it contains alkaline. I said, so you are mad. Cup.
Yes.
Cup.
Cup, yes. They sell it expensive.
Yeah, alkaline cups.
There is even
Alkaline
a
cups.
stone. And they put it in
Glass, like a glass stone, right? You put your water on top of it. Yes.
It drop,
Alkalizes the water.
it drop high blood pressure.
That one was sold when I knew it about 10 years ago, 350,000.
Okay, you see? How many people did you save? You think wrongly, you drink alcohol, you smoke. After that, you start hiding under money to come and cure you. And somebody will just come and brainwash you. You know? So, Ofolubu is a scientific invention.
That's right.
Because our parents were able to go to bush, get the leaf, go and get lemon, what do they call it? Egusi.
Melon.
Melon. Get melon, prefire it, grind it. After grinding it, bring oil, red oil, and put that, and there comes
Bitter leaf soup.
bitter leaf. Do you know that the palm oil of people from Imo State and the people from Enugu is different? All right? Okay. Now, it will not appear in the Guinness Book of Record that Enugu people are the greatest people who knows how to process this.
palm oil.
It will not appear. It's in the UK. If it were in the United States of America, it will appear that this person. These are our scientists we are ignoring. Yes.
And that is what is supposed to be taught in school.
These are the things somebody's supposed to be taught in school.
Do the practical.
Yes. Your father is a farmer and a cattle rearer. Then you go and study sociology, dysfunctionality. Instead of coming for your father now to teach you on how to improve on cattle rearing so that you begin to manufacture feed for the cattle. All right? And begin to farm cattle feed. Manufacture that. Begin to manufacture bag. How to season it. How to preserve it. That one is nothing. You will not do that. Do you know that nobody, if not in this recent time, palm to palm began to come. Nobody in Igbo land deliberately plant palm trees. You have a land that is lying fallow for 20 years. Nobody have done anything. What stops you from taking your time? Plant palm tree in a row. In a row. If you plant 1,000 palm tree in a land you are not using, 1,000. One can give you 1,000 a year. The oil.
Yes.
Then 1,000 multiplied by 1,000 is what?
That's
1 million. Yes. You get from something, you don't run, no accidents, no feeding, nothing, nature feeds it. Everything you put in nature gives you what? 100% return investment. Or more. Then, why do we leave all these things? You tell me you are going to school. To go and do what?
Well, it's up to
Are you listening to me? So those people, you can waste your time thinking that you are using or spending your time. And there is no apology for that. And nobody is going to pay you for that. So those people now you are looking for job, created by who? Let's start from here.
That's right.
Because all those people you call graduates, they can't think.
That's right.
They can't think. And now that job you are looking for, you see somebody who studied political science, and there is a job opportunity in a banking industry, you go and queue. Of course, they will take you because they know you are going to be their slave. But after taking you for 6 months course, whatever they tell you they will pay you, you are going to agree. Because this is a dysfunctionality. So if we should mind nature, all right, and agree with the culture of nature, you know what will happen? When you are going to school, you come back, you go to field work and start learning. Then if there is anywhere in the world they have developed how to process that and manufacture things, you go there now and study.
Exactly.
After studying, you come and
bring it back.
to nature and begin to improve upon it. I think that is just it. Nobody would have had a third, fourth 100 countries.
Exactly.
Everybody would have been a first world country in his own country because you have everything. So all these things are brainwashing. Understand? Just like people now carrying Bible, telling me that Bible is your standard. Are you craving me? Are you crazy? Bible is your standard. And you are not a standard.
Wow.
Nature is my standard. And Jesus is my standard.
Yes.
So whatever life Jesus did not live, if I didn't see it there in the Bible is useless. Whichever thing you want to quote. Is that okay?
Yes.
Right. Then, I have said it time without number. Bible is a holy book, but you are not a holy man. And you don't want to be a holy man.
And it's your standard.
And it's your standard. And you are not standard. So, that is it.
Wow.
All this deceptive literature, understand, is polluting the conscience of men. The worst part of it now is that internet and Facebook have even colonized the world. No child can sit down and read anymore. And they are discovering an AI again who is going to be answering exam questions.
Yes, it's everywhere.
Yeah? Who is going to answer exam questions? So, then somebody don't spend time to generate emotion or something. How can he be seasoned?
I think they want to think for people. They don't want people
So
to think
time
for themselves.
is very, very important, and patience is the medium of nature to express yourself in the physical world, because this physical world is controlled by time and space, and you have your own time. If you don't have anything you invest your time in, you are consuming other person's this thing, you become a useless person and a robot and a toy. Let me tell you how nature works, which the physical scientists call biomimicry. You mimic nature. If you get a corn, there is time for everything in nature.
Exactly.
There is time to be a child. There is time to learn a skill. There is time to practice that skill which you have learned. There is time to be under somebody, and there is time to graduate. But religion made it that you will perpetually be under somebody. You can never graduate. Now, those seasons, when you use your time properly in life, a point will come in life, you enter into rest. All right? Then you become productive because you have passed through the cycles of nature and processes of nature. Now, I am saying this now to the hearing of people. Everybody should go and experiment it. If you bring a piece of corn that grew up this year and have not passed 24, the cycle, the zodiac cycle, I will use the one you'll understand. 12 months.
12 months, yes.
All right? And you plant it on the ground. The corn will germinate and even have a comb, but there will be no seed in it.
I've seen some somewhere.
Why? Because the cycle by nature is not
Not
completed.
Okay. Wow.
So there is a cycle. Every person on earth must pass a process. And when you jump it, you begin to behave like a toy. Understand? Now, when my family traveled during December, they went home and brought a pumpkin. Pumpkin. When they brought it, we ate it. And I like it. It's a favorite food for me anyway. I like it. Okay? So now I killed all the flowers in my front. This is a thorny flower. I cleared it and planted that pumpkin. Last 2 months or so. It grew and filled everywhere. Filled everywhere. All the gates, all the fence, and filled everywhere. Okay, we were expecting it. It started drying up, coming to close to dry season. Every seed will come up like this and it will drop. Come out like this. We didn't even have one seed of it.
Wow.
So the question is, what is the case? I now found out that it was this year that thing was harvested.
Okay.
So the seed has not passed the normal cycle. You see the signs there? You see relationship with nature? You see interaction with nature? Okay. But a person who does not know anything would like to be a billionaire, a millionaire. Today, Elon Musk is trading as the richest man in the whole world. Go and check his track record. He passed through processes. Those who have been into Yahoo and 419 and all that cannot even be half rich as he is. And even if you are rich, the money will destroy you.
Yes.
Why? Because you don't know how the process into which it came into. All right? So getting a job, your value, nobody can deny it. Your value on earth depends on the time you have spent to bring something into being. Thank you.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
before she comes into conclusion, I don't want you to, without him telling people the limitations
Okay.
of these our mediums of exchange, like money and lies. You know, at the beginning he talked about what Solomon and his frustration.
Yeah.
You know, because he saw that money was a limitation to a large extent. So what will you tell the public as to the limitation of money and lies? In this
Okay.
medium of exchange?
Okay. As for lie, The limitation of life is that life does not survive tomorrow. It doesn't survive tomorrow. So if you want a vehicle that will take you into the unknown future and the unlived future, perfectly, live in truth, don't live in lie.
Yes.
The first day you engage in lie is the first day you have failed in your life. No matter how tiny or small it is. Because over time, cumulatively, they will crash. So if life is being threatened, you will know that, yes, we are the people living a perfect life here on earth. Why? We live above satanic manipulation. We live above negative suggestions or influences. And we have peace, and that we are sure of tomorrow. So it is only truth that survives tomorrow. That's 48 laws of truth. 48 laws of truth say that truth is a cumulative, is a...
The 10th law of truth.
No. 10th law says that truth is cumulative and expansive. But 47th laws of truth say that truth is a transferable
Elastic.
and expansive. But lie is transferable but not expansive. So when truth goes, it links and extends into future infinitely. But when lie comes, you can transfer lie to somebody. But as it continues going, it continues to break to fight itself. That's why you have multiple religions and the multiple denominations in Christian religion. They continue fighting themselves. Why? Because this thing is built on lie. There is no universal principle guiding them as a unity or as one.
Yes.
You understand? So lie, when it spreads and enters into people, it causes limitation and confusion and fight. Understand? But when you are in truth, it expands. Just like you knowing that 2 plus 2 is 4, or 1, 2, 3. Nobody can deceive you and tell you that a portion that was supposed to be 20 has become 13, and you agree. Why? Because you know numbers.
Yes.
Understand? Okay. So that's the limitation of lies. Then the limitation of money is too much. Too much. In the sense that money cannot solve any spiritual problem. So money does not save life. Money serves life.
Yes.
And your life is more important than money. So money cannot save life. There are so many billionaires who are in the grave today. Let's take Steve Jobs as a case study. He's an inventor. He had money. But the God factor and truth and Christ's essence is not in him. And when he died of cancer, if we had demanded 1 billion naira, he would have been able to, $1 billion, he would have been able to provide it to live. But he was hopeless with his money. Celine Dion is now sick, down, on what? On still sickness. Money,
Prince Charles too.
money cannot solve. Prince Charles,
Cancer.
the same cancer. Okay. The Prince of Dubai died at age of 30-something or 40-something of heart attack. Prince of Dubai, who has a car that is made of gold. Queen Elizabeth, the same thing. Michael Jackson died of a helpless sickness. You see? So if money were something workable that can do that, they would have used it to buy life.
Yes.
You get what I'm trying to say? But because they don't have that truth, truth is not scientific truth in the sense of dealing with matters. Understand? Truth is Christ factor, Christ consciousness of life above matter. You understand?
Yes.
Then they would have been able to solve problem, and including so many people. Money cannot buy experience. Quote me right.
That's another limitation.
Yes, that's another limitation. You can't use money to buy experience. Experience is a property of somebody who have spent time in investing his time, investing emotion, who have a extensive emotional investment. You can't use money to buy time, buy experience. You understand? So these are the things everything you want to be in life, you must have a particular area where your time is invested in. Then the limitation of money is that if you don't know that money came to serve you, you gather all of them and you kill you. And money will not follow you to the grave. It will not transport you and make you immortal. You cannot immortalize your spirit. Right? Yes. But when you have truth, it's a vehicle. That's what the Bible says. That power that resurrected Jesus Christ is in you. So it was the truth Jesus fed on that ignited him to that power of resurrection. It was the truth Elijah stored in his bone that made his bone to heal.
To resurrect
Yes, a person that is dead.
Wow.
So when you are having experience and interaction with nature, right, you are imbibing nature essence and God's essence. That's why we can look at you and you start manifesting. The reason, there's nothing different between me and you. And I don't have any magnets. The thing is that I have imbibed, inhaled the God's essence. So my body is electrified. You get what I'm trying to say? It is electrified. If I come in contact with any person who have a negative energy, consciously, not say if I'm working in the market, if consciously you walk to me now and you have negative energy, if I run my spirit onto you, it will pull you down. Because light and darkness they have nothing in common except boundary. And when you begin to come close, you begin to repel and push that person away.
Wow. Yes. Wow.
So experience is very, very good in life. When you begin to interact with nature, you'll understand what I'm saying. A point will even come. When you are too familiar with nature, stones can speak with you, can communicate to you. When you melt into heavenly essence, you can hear the voice of birds. Like a parrot that came to my house after our anniversary. A parrot came in an estate. I was talking around 4 o'clock. When we we saw. Then I was whispered to that he's a messenger. Then I had to cut it. When we went to get details, we now came and find out that a day after our anniversary, on 25th March, which year? 26th March, 2022. 2022. So that is it. And when he came, he flew out. I went to the garden. When I got to the garden, I started looking for it. Then I went to a tree, a melina tree, and stood there and was using my thoughts to communicate. Then he flew and came and perched on top of the. After some times, then I was commanded to command the spirit of bird, the angel of bird, to bring the thing down. Then you see it was descending till it flew and perched. About to perch on me, I dodged it, it fell on the floor. Then I carried it and went home. You see? So when there are certain level of consciousness you come into, you can interact and relate with things. It's an infusion of God's essence into your thought pattern.
So truth is limitless.
So truth is limitless. If you just want to live absolute free, fear-free, religious-free, zero religious lifestyle.
Yes.
You know, zero fear lifestyle, contented life and fulfilled life. Just live in truth. So thank you. That is it.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
Well
live in
delivered.
truth. Follow the teaching of the New Jerusalem.
And
And you have a perfect medium of exchange.
Wow.
You can interact with the angels, relate with the angels, relate with human perfectly, relate with nature, relate with everything, and your life after death is assured.
Glory.
Be in heaven here on earth.
Glory.
The currency.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's amazing. I know, well delivered,
interesting.
well delivered as always, you know. So just like we said, the truth market has come to stay, and it is everything you can imagine. Wow, what a teaching. Like most of the times, I don't even call it an interview section anymore because it's more or less like a teaching. It's a class, where you learn everything. Now, today we understood that the medium of exchange, as everybody know and understand, people see it as money. And people generally view money as the only medium of exchange. But today he has proved us wrong in the universal sense of it. He made us to know that we have a spiritual world and the physical world. And that is one thing that everybody must know and understand. And this world, you see, the life we live is nothing but a market. And in this spiritual world, it made us to know that we have two medium of exchange. We have truth as one of the medium of exchange, and we also have time as a medium of exchange. And it made us to understand also that in the physical world, yes, we have money as a medium of exchange, and we also have time as a medium of exchange. And he made us to understand how both of them work concurrently. And from every indication, we got to understand that truth as a medium of exchange is what enables you to transport into the spiritual world. Not that you're taking up any particular position, so to say, but a sort of inquiry, trying to find out or get answers to solutions. And by the time you're able to get these information from the spiritual world, you translate them into the physical, through what creativities and through inventions and every other thing, just to solve human problem. And when your time, you invest value into your time, you say your time becomes what? It becomes valuable. And that is where this exchange begins to come. When you have your value, you see that people begin to prize you. And it made us understand that we are in a world whereby people now believe it is money versus money. When you have money, you get money. But that is the worst state of any man. You come to a point whereby you have value, you exchange value. Then money becomes the link, the meeting point for two valuable people. So you really have to sit down and listen to this very teaching. It is vast and extensive. And also, from everything he made us to understand today, we got to understand that money as a medium of exchange has limitations, which he made us to know that money cannot buy life, money cannot buy experience. But when you have truth, which is God's way of doing things, sourcing truth from God, he said that truth is that thing you source from God, which has the ability to solve problems without any negative effect. So by the time you have truth, truth can buy you anything. Truth can buy you peace, give you long life, give you money. So truth can give you what money cannot give you. And if you decide to go to market with lies, from religion, from, all these things, he said they are also limited. Anything you do in life, starting with lie. If you start anything with lie, you must definitely crash. Why? Because lie is not expansive, So when you start with lie does not survive tomorrow, but truth is cumulative and expansive. So why not go for truth? Because that is a perfect medium of exchange. And when you have truth, he said you can access everything infinitely as you want. And when you live here, you are sure of where you are going. So are you blessed today? It's been a wonderful one. Make sure you like, you share, and you comment, and also share it to your loved ones. And also don't forget to drop your comments and ask your question, should in case you have one, definitely you'll be attended onto. Also, don't forget our powerful materials. Here we have the Book of Excellence. This material is one of its kind, and these are the things that when you dive into them, you get solution, you get truth. These are the things you're supposed to spend your time on. Upload value from these materials. They have been given unto us, and also have the constitution of God here on earth. So this is the Obadabada. So this is the Obonge material in everything you can think of, every field of life, anything about life, fundamental human issues is embedded in this book. It supplies you answers to everything. So even if you don't know how to see vision or see revelation, just speak the laws of truth. By the time you run through a page or two, definitely you must get what? You must get answer, you must get solution. You must get access to the other market and come out with something. So why not grab one, share it to your friends, and make sure that everyone has it. And we also have our monthly Lifeguard, our magazine that runs every month. So these are life-changing materials that will help you, that will guide you to really understand how to utilize your time and spend it well and become valuable and make the world a perfect one, both for yourself and for your loved ones. All right, we've come to the end of today's episode, and hope to see you some other time. I am Divine Susie. Bye.